Hello, world! Easter is approaching, and I lately have been looking through my old stories that I've written since I was 5. They're all in this lovely Winnie the Pooh file. Yes, I wrote all of these, which maybe I'll share some more with the world, but I found it says, My Jesus Book by Kathy. This was before I knew how to spell my whole name, all 9 letters of it, and I evidently stapled on the wrong side. I think I wrote this when I was about 6 or something. I went through this phase where I would only draw pictures mostly. I wouldn't write words because my spelling has always been terrible, as is evidenced by some more of my work in there. But my lovely brother, who I love and who loves me, but he would criticize and laugh at me for when I spelled things completely wrong. So I was very self-conscious about that. So there's this time in my writing where I would only, or in my story making, I should say, where I only drew pictures. I didn't write the words because I was self-conscious. I think this is my first contribution to Christian literature, and I'm sharing that with you right now. So here we go. And the first illustration here is Jesus by the other 2 crosses. Thieves evidently haven't been pinned up yet, so to speak. You can see his very voluminous beard. I think some water damage must have gotten on this or something. Here's the good old Christmas story. There's Joseph, Mary, and the baby. Joseph is a very proud guy with his hand on his hip. Oh, I guess Mary's a ginger. Here's Jesus as a kid, playing ball with a nice little girl with long hair. Our next picture, there's Joseph and Jesus. I think he's handing him a box of nails. I think I tried to either draw them in there or write nails, but it didn't quite work. Jesus, a hard-working carpenter. When Jesus let the little children come unto him. I love how I drew her little braids with the bows in them, and he's like got his arm out. He's holding her. There's his voluminous beard, and it looks like he's wearing a beret, maybe. The sad truth picture. This is like the one on the front cover. He's sad. He's been through a lot. There's this crown of thorns on. They evidently hadn't tacked up the plaque over his head yet. Well, look at those nails. I sure put them in there bright so you could see them. And then at the end, the T and the E are evidently very emotional. They're probably the only Christian letters over here. But the thing is, I didn't tell the whole story. I said the end, and they're crying, but that's not actually how it ends. So, you know what? I should write a sequel to this little book and show how it actually ended. So I've retrieved my markers and paper. These are probably the same markers that I used when I was 6. I wonder if they still work. But I'm going to try to go with my old style since this is the sequel. So here's the next picture. Jesus on the cross, and he's like, "Forgive them, Daddy, they don't know what they're doing." So then he dies, and some guys take him to the tomb. And then they close the tomb. We can skip over that part. And all of his friends.
Oh, my love!
Hi,
How neat
Dad.
is that? I like this.
I'm making a video.
Are you?
Yes.
I want to see it.
Well, it's not done yet.
Oh. Well, whatever you're doing, it looks absolutely incredibly neat. Jesus Book, Bethany?
By Kathy.
It's so cute, Catherine.
Could you shut the door?
Oh, my love.
Love you too. Where were we? So his friends are really sad, but then they come to his tomb. They bring him some oils and perfumes and things. And there's this angel guy. This angel guy is like, "He's not here, he's risen, just like he said." And then at the temple, the chief priest is like, "Oh my goodness, the veil has been torn, the big thick curtain that gets into the Holy of Holies." And that's because when Jesus died, that got torn in two because this was the way guarding between people and really meeting with God, and it split because now Jesus was the one that brings you right to God. Like, there is no curtain anymore. It's just you and God. That makes me really excited. So then he goes around showing people his scars on his hands and feet. And he tells some guys to throw their fishing net on the other side, then he has fish with them on the beach. There was also a time he was walking with some guys, but they didn't recognize him. And after he talked to a whole bunch of people and everybody pretty much knew that he was risen again, then he was like, spread the word, guys. And that is the true story of Easter, illustrated by me. That was really fun. Obviously, that's not the complete version, that's the abridged version. If you would like to read the actual version, you can find it in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. See how it actually happened. And, yeah. Happy Easter.